I'm Ryan Bergara
And
from...
Okay.
That was great. We nailed it, right?
No, just our names.
I'm Ryan Bergara.
And I'm Shane Madej.
Oh, man, I'm so excited about it. I am trying to make every season better than the last. And then we always have a bunch of suggestions from fans. And I feel like because it's our own company now, we're able to be a little bit more nimble. So we made some changes to the format, but there are
some slight changes to the solo investigations.
There it is. There's that.
Which we're always trying to fiddle with a little bit because, for me, they're very boring. It's just me. I've tried to get some winks in here and there. I mean, the locations that we're going to this season are very exciting.
Yeah, no, I think we really made an effort to make sure that every place we're going to this season has something worthwhile. I also kind of switched up my approach as an investigator, which makes me sound like a very serious ghost hunter, which I guess I am. But I have my tools. I have, there's a...
Can you tell them about your little belt?
My little belt?
Yeah, he got a little belt for his tools.
I did get a little Batman belt.
A little utility belt.
And I also have a little investigator notebook, which has come in handy. I'm going to lose my marbles in here, dude. Holy shit. People have asked me that before of like, okay, you've been open about having an anxiety disorder. Why in the hell would you go to a place where you put yourself in positions where you're constantly getting the shit scared out of you? I don't know if I could curse in this. Can I curse in this? Okay.
The absolute shit scared out of it.
And I think it's kind of, the way I've thought about it is I think it's because it's a controlled fear. Like I am choosing to put myself in a scary situation and therefore I feel like I have control over the situation. And I'm able to own the fear, I suppose, in that way. It's kind of the same way that like a lot of people with anxiety go see scary movies. Yeah, there's something about it where you're like, I am choosing to do this. This is a controlled, scary environment. And there's kind of like an empowerment to that. I don't know. I don't think I like got that deep into it while I was doing it, but there was definitely something thrilling about it in a way that didn't completely freak me out. Because honestly, I'm scared of everything throughout my day. So, what might as well go into a very scary haunted house. And
So it's like Shane, your babysitter.
I mean, I wouldn't technically say that, but yeah,
technically.
Yeah, I basically am. There's sort of this misconception that I am braver than Ryan because I go into these places and I'm like, hey, what's up? But in reality, I'm walking into a house where there is no danger to me perceived whatsoever. So to me, there's no risk at all. To Ryan, who believes that he may be entering a life or death situation, to me that's bravery. He's the bravest ghost hunter there ever was.
It is. Shane does believe he's talking to dust.
But yeah, we're very excited because when we were here with Unsolved back in the day, we went to, we did a couple places in London and then we went to Colchester Castle. But that's like essentially a museum, in like a proper little town.
Yeah. And the London Tombs was very much like
clearly a bit touristy.
Because
they had like a bunch of like ghoulish rubber monsters everywhere.
They did.
But
and that worker there scared the living shit out of me.
He had a great time.
He almost gave me a heart attack.
That was hilarious.
I legit almost like my foot I almost kicked him right in the nuts.
We didn't even get the part on camera, but when Ryan was off doing his solo during that episode, that guy came down to us. He was like, should I go give him a scare? And I was like, go on, go do it. I was like, this show's pretty new. We don't have any standards. Go do it. But yeah, we're very excited because we're actually doing a castle this season that is like pretty remote. It's not like in a town. It's not been like fully museumified.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get a spooky castle experience.
And all the new tools that we have too. We have some new tools this season. I'm excited. One of them's fan made.
Oh.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever consider making like a Ghost House game like Phasmophobia?
That would be very fun. Especially if like you could pick skeptic or believer, and the believer would see ghosts and the skeptic player would see like a car going by outside or something. Like two visions of the same.
You would see like the sheets on a window blowing from the wind outside.
Yeah.
And I guess if the characters had to determine what was a paranormal event and what It would have to be a world in which there were paranormal things definitively happening, but you would have to identify whether or not it was paranormal or just an everyday occurrence.
I think the optimal version for a game for us would be like a side scroller where we're like hopping on ghosts and eating orbs.
Yeah.
You know, powering up by eating orbs.
I could think of something very easily for my character would be if I got to a certain fear or anxiety level, whoever was playing me would have to go into another room to calm down. Otherwise, my character would pass out. And I was just trying to think, what would Shane's weakness be in the game? Maybe you get too sleepy.
Eat a bad hot dog.
Yeah. Gets too sleepy, has to do some jumping.
There's like hot dogs around, and if you eat them, there's a chance that it like gives you powers, but otherwise there's a chance that it wrecks your bowels and makes you look scared for the whole shoot.
He's alluding to an episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved in which Shane ate 2 hot dogs from the baggage claim at the Philadelphia airport, and then was the whole shoot at Eastern State Penitentiary just sweating. And people thought he was really scared that episode. They were like, "Wow, Shane might believe."
And I was really scared.
Yeah,
that
he
episode.
was scared that every step
because I didn't wear my brown pants.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So you do some survival mode, which I love watching.
Yeah.
Have you thought about like taking it on location and playing it in a scary place? Like, would you guys do that?
That sounds fun.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
We've been shooting some new episodes of that because we do have a great time playing that. Especially the first season, we just kind of did like single player games. But in the second season, when we started doing multiplayer games, we had so much fun with it. And now we're doing a new season where we're doing that again, but we're bringing in people to do like a third person to jump in and play. So we've been doing a lot more multiplayer stuff. Which is really fun. That series is really fun because when we ghost hunt, I don't care about anything. I mean, I care about ghost hunting. It's fun. I don't get scared by anything, but I do genuinely I don't like to play spooky video games.
Yeah,
I can play your BioShocks, you know, I can play, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the scariest game I've played. I don't know. Like when I first played Fallout 3, I was like, this is a little much for me. I don't really. I just because I get so like frustrated when I'm a little wimp with video games, and I'm like, if there's a story mode, I'll take that. You know, shoot me with 1,000 bullets and lose like 10%
find that
health.
surprising about you because I don't get scared by video games or movies.
I don't get scared by movies. I just get stressed out.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh.
Only one ring. Maybe should I answer that?
I don't even know where it's. Oh, it's up there.
It's the wall phone.
Hello. Oh, Shane. Hello. Simone is not here. I'm not sure where she's off to. All right. Bye.
This is like when they make a call to the bullpen in baseball.
But yeah, scary movies I'm fine with. Scary video games, I don't know. They just, when I play video games, it's usually to like unwind and de-stress, you know? I like a Stardew Valley. I like I don't know. There's this game that came out like a year or two ago called Unpacking. Have you played that?
Is that literally where you unpack your
I honestly think you would love it. But
there was one game in survival mode that we played last season, the Bigfoot game, which was so goddamn scary.
That was fun.
Probably the hardest I've laughed on any of our shoots. And then this season of survival mode, we play another game, which is kind of a monster huntery game, which is equally, that one got both of us pretty scared.
Yes.
It's weird. Ghost hunting is the only scary thing that I choose to do that I actually find myself getting very scared by. Whereas like movies, haunted houses, like mazes, not actual haunted houses, and then video games, I don't know, I just kind of, they mellow me out because life is already scary.
With Ghost Files, are you just hoping to keep going until you get that concrete, definitive proof?
I mean, I feel like I've already gotten that.
He does feel that way.
I saw with the toothpaste and BuzzFeed.
Absolutely. He got that concrete evidence before
I detect
he ever
the
even
sarcasm there. I do detect it. I think that's a very solid clip indeed. But
all right.
But we do get some stuff this season, and not even in a way to just like get you to hype up the season. Here comes Lizzie walking into the interview with a beer. Unbelievable. There is stuff we get in the new season that I feel is, I don't know how it gets more definitive than that.
It is nice because like, you know, for even being a skeptic, I still want the show to be fun and scary and surprising. But sometimes we'll get to a location And, we'll have been there for a few hours and nothing terribly exciting will be happening. We'll be like, well, this might be kind of a snoozer. But it's always so nice when you get to a location and like one of the first like few rooms or areas that you're going to, something spooky happens. Then Ryan's like freaked out for the rest of the night, which is great for the episode. And at least one of the locations that we've done this season, it's like really wild stuff going on there, which I'll hand wave it all and be like, it's probably just this, but it was certainly making me do the work of a skeptic. I try not to be like too like, who cares in the moment, because I want to feed his anxiety in this regard. In real life, I don't, I want to hype him up and make sure he's feeling good, but when we're in a haunted location, I want him to be as freaked out as possible. I want those eyes bulging.
He's
a bulger.
They were bulging.
Yeah.
My balls were bulging.
Eyeballs.
Correct.
Eyeball.
I think if you were there for some of the things, particularly this season, I think you'd be like, of course I'm a believer. Anybody with a rational mind.
Yeah, there's at least one thing where, I don't want to get into it too much, but there's some crazy stuff happening where people are going to be like, Shane's really floundering on trying to explain this one.
They will be saying that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the person saying that.
Yeah.
So you've announced that you're doing your own streaming platform.
Correct.
What's going to change, really?
Yeah.
With hopefully that like new revenue and being able to do that and take it in a new direction. Like, how are you hoping to mix up watching like with Ghost Files and Survival Mode and that kind of thing?
No, for Ghost Files, I mean, it's kind of the thing that's going to allow us to take bigger swings like we did this season, like going international, upgrading some of our kit, and just overall making the show better and more sustainable behind the scenes, because it's a really hard show to make.
Yeah.
And then as far as like other series, it's going to allow us to make those a little bit better, but also allow us to make new series in general. And also bring on new faces to the channel that we haven't previously been able to. Just YouTube is a little bit of a harder place sometimes for that kind of content to survive. People sometimes if something isn't getting the proper amount of views that it would need, it wouldn't survive perhaps in that environment, but on a different environment, perhaps our own platform, then maybe it will have a better chance. And now that we have both, it'll allow us to really give everything a try. But really, more than anything, it's just about improving things across the board and then taking bigger risks on our shows.
Yeah, because there's even some shows like Weird Wonderful World is like people really enjoy that show.
Yeah.
On YouTube, it doesn't really perform super well, but we love shooting that show and having the streamer where we can premiere it on there and then eventually move it over to YouTube. That makes sense for a show like that. So we're excited to kind of take more risks and be able to kind of give a little boost to our shows that might not perform as well,
Yeah, no, for sure.
Fantastic. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been such an honor.